This is Nick Vivion, the Editorial Director for tnoozLIVE. I'm here again on ITB, day 1. I'm still standing or sitting, not asleep. I'm with Paul de Waal. Paul de Waal, kind of rhymes, yeah. I enjoy that. From what to? You asked me a question before we came on, whether or not I knew the company. Yeah. And so I want to give you the chance to tell the viewers about what you do, because the technology is really interesting. You know, I love the fact that it's helping supply match demand, and so I kind of want to walk into exactly what you guys do, and then tell us why you started doing it.
We do quite a lot, so that's the difficult question, but I think the essence of what we do is that we know content sells. We know the better the content, the better your conversions will be. So really, our business is about content management and then the publishing of it. And when I mean publishing, you can publish in paper, you can publish it to digital, you can publish it to apps, you can publish it into Facebook and all the other more modern channels. How we got into it, I like solving problems. It's the 5th business I've started, but I had a lot of friends who were in travel in South Africa, and they were battling with content. And I couldn't believe that each of them was managing content individually. And when they were sending out huge value quotes out, they were sending out 16 pages of writing with a couple of pictures. And I just thought this was crazy. So we set about solving a problem by centralizing the data. So that all the hotels had and lodges in Africa had amazing content, but they couldn't get that to the DMCs or the tour operators or the agents, and then they didn't have a way of publishing it. So basically, by centralizing the content and then creating these publishing tools, we allow very, very quickly travel companies to display their itineraries in an interactive with videos, 360 walkthroughs, pictures, all the information there. So a typical client of ours can build an itinerary in 15, 20 minutes, get a paper output, get a digital output, which is just a whole website for their trip, and then get an app. And traditionally, that would take a person 3, 4, 5, 6 hours to do.
And some of it they wouldn't get, probably like an app right? That just never happened.
No, so they would get the paper version of it, because they were so busy writing the perfect English that they kind of forgot the importance of pictures. But really, it's about centralizing the content and then being able to say, I want to stay here, I want to do that, I want to do that, and it just feeds through with maps and images, videos, and everything. So it really brings the itinerary to life. Yeah, so that's basically it.
So do the suppliers then upload into your system to kind of keep that going? Walk me through on the supplier side if I want to onboard.
So basically, suppliers can upload their content into our system. That content is made freely available to the tourism industry, and we've got huge amounts of people come and use that content as raw content and can put into the websites and the APIs and all that sort of stuff. But essentially, by encouraging them to put content in, they self-managing this huge pool of content, and then this content is then made available through our publishing tools to be able to be easily presented. And I think the trick is there are a lot of people in the channel, so being able to take it from the suppliers who've got the amazing pictures, but getting it to the DMCs, to the tour operators, to the travel agents, that's important, and our tool is able to take that content and get it into the lounge of the person who's looking to buy the holiday.
And it's been interesting to watch the DMCs and destinations just in general embrace this sort of thing, where you can actually build itineraries, and it's not just kind of a website, that's just there. No. Do you find that's a good trend that is going to keep going?
Look, we've fought hard. I mean, our first 5 years, and we started in 2008, people didn't quite get what we were doing. The last 3 years have been crazy. I think we started in Africa, and I think the agents started getting these itineraries from their DMCs pre-branded that they could pass out. And all of a sudden, the agents got it. So they said, can't you do this for Australia? Can't you do this for South America? And we've kind of grown from, we made all our mistakes and learned all our lessons in Africa. Nobody noticed us. And it's allowed us now that the agents who were using it for Africa to sell to their clients started wanting it for the other regions. So over the last 3 years, we've scaled. And are
the problems kind of similar, for destinations all over the world? Is it all the same, or do you find that regional differences, does that get into play with you guys?
Look, it's nice that the Germans are very fond of our system, and they are very detailed, so they keep us honest, and they've kind of helped us build the system, because it has to be right.
Has to be right. It's very important.
No, I think content's a problem everywhere. So, I mean, we come there and we solve they don't have to look after content anymore. We look after it, and then they can come customize on top of they get for each lodge or hotel, they can get 60 pictures, videos, 360 walkthroughs, facts, all room types, all that, and they can come in and customize it instead of having to build that content from the bottom up. So yeah, we give them the tools to really make that content their own, and then obviously the publishing tools to get it into their channel.
For the travel agents you guys work with, do you find that they were kind of looking for a tool like this and that they needed to do it, or was it did you have to pull them along a bit?
No, I think for the first 5 years, we had to pull hard to get them to see the value. The ones who saw the return on investment quite quickly, and it's kind of slowly grown. It was we self-funded. We didn't have the money to go big. So we've had to build this thing and grow ourselves, which is good because we focused on actually making money from the start.
It's a bit of a kind of two-sided marketplace in some ways. You kind of have enough supply for the the people where you got to put it. How was that? What challenges?
Well, we didn't make money for the first 4 years. So that's So basically, it was chicken and egg, and you had to get. You almost needed the DMCs to come in, and then they all said, "Listen, don't give me a disc. Put it in where to." So they started saying because. They basically knew if they accepted that disk, a salesperson came to them and gave them a disk or a flash drive or sent them Dropbox, they would have to manage the content. So we kind of taught them just to say, no, put it in where to. That'll take 20 minutes and then then I've got it and I can build an itinerary. I don't have to manage the content. So we turned the whole model around. So we've done that in Africa, and we are basically the content basket for Africa, and we're doing it in Australia, South America. We're just kind of launching North America now. We've done Asia, and then I think Europe is gathering all that content to make this thing work is the hard part. But
so it almost like perpetuates itself, right? When they see that what do you use, and they kind of see that happening.
Yeah. So I think the growth has come because now I think it's nice that other people are starting to do it, because for the first 5 years we were the only one doing anything like this, trying to use content to get. And now all the travel apps in the States have come out, and a lot of other applications doing similar things, but not as from my side for what we do, not as bespoke, advanced as us. I mean, we've just been doing it for 8 years, so
and 5 years of push. With that head shake, that leads me to my next question on the head shake. For we do have a lot of startup readers, or readers who are thinking about or doing a startup. So, advice time. What is it? Don't do it, or how did you get through that 5 years of stress and tears and all that, and still be smiling?
Look, I think. We knew content was important, so we put our own money in, we put our own sweat in, but essentially we believed that if you could get all the content and then create the tools to publish it, and everyone liked what we were doing, they just weren't ready to buy in. So it's basically passion, persistence, and fortunately our pockets were just long enough because
that's like 3 Ps: passions, persistence, and pockets.
Okay, well there we
go. I think you should go with that. That's like almost a book, right? Because you need enough money to make it through.
You need luck. So I don't know what. Yeah, you need a lot of luck, because
luck is the hard one.
There were times when we were almost ready to pack it in, and then something happened that just kept us going.
Was it a deal that kept you going, or
it's a deal because there's only your pockets are only so deep, and it's been crazy. The last 3 years we've grown basically at 100% a year. 3 years ago we were 7 people. Now we're 80. We've got offices in Buenos Aires, Amsterdam, Perth. We've got salespeople in America. So it's kind of, it's just, I think the market caught up to us and kind of acknowledged what we were doing, and they were ready for it. And finally, we're in the right position, having spent 5 years mucking around.
Yeah, the tours and activities, it's like one of those, always waiting, like bridesmaid but not a bride kind of thing. And now I think it's having a moment for sure. Finally, we're realizing that there's other things to sell beyond flight, hotel, and car, and all that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a good show.
Well, thank you.
Hopefully it's more smiles than tears.
No, it's, the tears come from other problems.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully I'll be crying probably by the end of this one. This is Nick Vivion from tnoozLIVE. There'll be more interviews throughout ITB.